Your thoughts right now are writing the story of your life 5 years from today. And most people have no idea they're the author holding the pen. Here's what nobody tells you about destiny. It's not written in the stars or decided by luck or handed to you by circumstance. Your destiny is being constructed in this exact moment by the thoughts running through your mind while you watch this. Every single thought you think is either building the future you want or destroying it before it even arrives. The question isn't whether your thoughts control your destiny. The question is whether you're going to take control before it's too late. Think about the last time you failed at something important. Maybe it was a relationship that fell apart, or a business that never took off, or a goal you abandoned halfway through. Now be brutally honest with yourself. What were you thinking in the weeks and months leading up to that failure? Were you thinking thoughts of confidence and possibility? Or were you replaying worst-case scenarios in your mind like a broken record? Most people blame external circumstances when things go wrong. But the truth is, your thoughts were sabotaging you long before reality caught up. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. When you constantly replay negative scenarios in your mind, your brain starts treating them as predictions rather than possibilities. It begins preparing your body and your behavior for failure. Your nervous system responds to imagined threats the same way it responds to real ones. So when you finally face that important moment, your body is already programmed for defeat because you've rehearsed it 1,000 times in your thoughts. But here's the breakthrough moment. If your thoughts can program you for failure, then they can absolutely program you for success. The same mechanism that traps people in cycles of self-doubt and limited thinking is the exact same mechanism that propels others toward extraordinary achievements. The difference isn't talent or resources or connections. The difference is mental discipline. It's the ability to catch destructive thoughts before they take root and replace them with thoughts that serve your highest vision. Let me show you how this works in real time. Right now, think about a goal you've been putting off. Notice what happens in your mind the moment you think about it. Do you immediately hear reasons why it won't work? Do you feel that familiar heaviness that makes you want to scroll social media instead? That's not reality talking. That's your programmed thought patterns trying to keep you safe by keeping you small. Your brain is designed to protect you from danger, and it interprets change as danger, even when that change would transform your life. I watched someone close to me spend 10 years talking about writing a book. Every time the topic came up, there was passion in their voice and fire in their eyes. But the book never got written. Why? Because in private, when nobody was watching, their thoughts were running a different story. Thoughts like, who am I to write a book? And nobody will care what I have to say. And I'm not a real writer. Those thoughts weren't just passive observations. They were active instructions to the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind always obeys. It kept them busy with distractions and emergencies and responsibilities that felt more urgent than their dream. Here's the pattern that changes everything. Your thoughts create your feelings. Your feelings drive your actions. Your actions produce your results. And your results reinforce your original thoughts. This is either a cycle of elevation or a cycle of destruction. And you're in one right now. Most people try to change their results without changing their thoughts, and then wonder why nothing ever changes. They want the better job, but they think thoughts of inadequacy. They want the healthy body, but they think thoughts of deprivation and discipline as punishment.
Who am I?
They want financial freedom, but their thoughts are saturated with
Nobody will
scarcity and
care.
fear. The ancient wisdom traditions understood something that modern neuroscience is only now confirming. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that observes your thoughts. This distinction is everything, because if you are your thoughts, then you're trapped. But if you're the observer of your thoughts, then you have power. You can watch a negative thought arise, and instead of identifying with it, you can recognize it as just mental noise. You can let it pass like a cloud in the sky, without letting it dictate your emotional state or your actions. Start paying attention to your internal dialogue like it's the most important conversation happening in your life, because it is. Most people wouldn't let someone follow them around all day, criticizing them and predicting their failure, but they let their own thoughts do exactly that without question. The moment you catch yourself thinking a thought that doesn't serve your destiny, you have a choice. You can either feed that thought with your attention and let it grow, or you can starve it by redirecting your focus to a thought that aligns with who you're becoming. Think about athletes at the highest level of performance. They don't just train their bodies, they train their minds with obsessive precision. They visualize success until it feels more real than their current reality. They protect their thought environment like their career depends on it. Because it does.
It's such a beautiful
They understand
day.
that the competition
Yes,
isn't
it really
won on game
is.
day.
I hope you have a
It's
great
won in the
one.
thousands
You
of
too.
thoughts they choose in the months leading up to that moment. They're not more talented than everyone else. They're more disciplined with their mental diet. Your destiny isn't something you find. It's something you build one thought at a time. Every thought is a brick. You're either building a prison or a palace. But either way, you're building something. The tragic part is most people are constructing elaborate prisons and calling it reality. They think their limitations are facts, when they're actually just repeated thoughts that hardened into beliefs. So what changes today? You start treating your mind like the sacred space it is. You become the guardian at the gate, deciding which thoughts get to enter and which ones get rejected at the door. When a thought of doubt tries to enter, you don't fight it or suppress it. You simply observe it and ask yourself one question. Is this thought building the destiny I want or destroying it? If it's not building it, then it doesn't get your energy. Here's what happens when you consistently choose thoughts aligned with your highest vision. Your energy shifts first. You start moving through the world differently. Then opportunities appear that were always there, but you couldn't see them because your thoughts had you looking in the wrong direction. People respond to you differently because you're responding to yourself differently. Doors open not because the world changed, but because you changed, and the changed mind sees a different world. The life you're living right now is a printout of the thoughts you were thinking months and years ago. The life you'll be living 5 years from now is being determined by the thoughts you're thinking right now in this moment. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you have absolute control over what you think about what happens to you. That's not just personal development philosophy. That's the difference between people who transform their lives and people who stay stuck, wondering why nothing ever changes. Your thoughts are the most powerful force in your life. The only question left is whether you're going to harness that power or let it run wild. Control your thoughts before they control your destiny, because they will control it one way or another. The choice has always been yours.